I think I'm good. So
yeah, you're awesome. Bam, we're live. Bear Handlon, founder, president. Good dude. Born Primitive. Good to see you, dude. Thanks for coming on.
thanks for having me, man.
You want to start really hot?
Yes. One sec.
Like really, really hot.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, I want to show you this video that someone sent me this morning. I can't even believe this is real. I can't even believe this is real. This is the president of Mexico.
Okay.
Can you see that? And see that guy behind her crept up on her.
Okay.
Okay. Tries to give her a kiss and then tries to grab her goodies.
That's the president of Mexico, and
yes,
someone was able to get that close.
And dude, can you? That guy needs to be throat punched.
That's insane.
Last night I was just
what
watching.
Happened?
I was like, can you? As soon as I saw that, I was like, can you imagine if someone approached Bear's daughter like that? He'd be fucking dead, dude.
So how does this end? What happens to this guy?
You just see the Secret Service. Her detail just comes up and talks to him. I don't care if he's drunk or anything. Like right there, he should just be tased or shot or throat punched. You can't. Like, what's that say to all the women? And how they should be treated. Do you know what I mean? In the country of Mexico, like you do that to a woman and you're done.
Yeah, that guy should be eaten out of a straw for the next 6 months. That's for sure.
It's nuts, wild. What made me just think so much is I go through your Instagram and it's just so much time you spend with your daughter and so much dedication. And I'm like, man, what a wonderful woman she's going to grow up and be, to have such a strong dad, who she's getting to watch you go on this crazy journey, and all that shit's going to influence her. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of, like, you're setting the standard for who she's going to want to someday have a family with. It's cool, man, dude.
Best job ever. I know you know the drill. Yeah, actually, I'm in New York right now. I just took her to a film premiere last night, and it was hilarious. I got her this little ball gown dress, and she got all done up and had a bunch of, fake jewelry on, and she was the star of the show. So I love it, man. It's the best job ever.
How do you have time to do that? I know that your life is crazy. I'm guessing you don't live a compartmentalized life like maybe you did when you were a SEAL. How do you integrate work and family, and how do you do it?
I think just, being intentional with your time, right? And then now, like, she's 4.5 now, so I try to actually bring her to a little bit more stuff. So, like, when she was 3, I probably wouldn't have brought her to that film premiere last night, right? And I'm doing all this media stuff. Like, I'm going on Fox News a couple different times here in New York, and then I'm going up to DC. Like, I'm going to bring her for all of that because I want her to kind of see. And she won't really know what's going on, but I want her to kind of see what I do for my work, and hopefully, more is caught than taught. She can kind of see how I carry myself, and that'll start influencing her, hopefully in a positive way. But it's definitely hard because, like, I'm super hyper competitive type A. So sometimes when I'm home at night and I want to get some work done, and it's my time with her, it's like I have to kind of shut that part of my brain off, which is easier said than done sometimes. But it just makes me more motivated. Like when I have the intentional time to work, like, I get after it, because I'm like, all right, I don't want to be up till 10 o'clock at night, like doing emails, because I'm going to be putting her to bed and reading books to her and stuff and doing bath time. So I've made it work, and I have a really good support system. My parents help out a lot. And, we have a bunch of badass employees at Born Primitive that at this point, like, I'm not saying it's on autopilot, but they're a lot smarter than me. So most of it's getting run the right way. If I, am absent.
You said she's 4.5.
Yes.
So I'm my boys are 8 and 11, and at least once a week they tell me a story about when they were 3 or 4, and I'm always like, oh shit, you were paying attention. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they'll be like, that one time you had to run out in front of the house naked to get the mail or to stop the dog, grab the dog. That was so funny. I'm like, oh shit, you remember that? You're not supposed to remember that story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I wonder that, which of these memories will she remember any of it? But now that you're saying that, I would imagine some of these things, she will remember. Like, we're going on the train today to go to my brother's in Connecticut. She's all stoked to take her first train ride. So yeah. So it's been good. So,
Born Primitive, founded in what year?
2014. Just few months before I joined the Navy.
And I know you've told the story a gazillion times. Can you give me I think it's important for people to know because it's so inspirational for people who have a passion. Can you give me the story about it?
Yeah, well, since I know you got a big CrossFit audience, I'll give the nerdier version that I
Please,
usually kind of
please.
wave top this for people that wouldn't understand. But yeah, I was competing in CrossFit at the time. I made it out to the games with I was on a team. It was CrossFit Indy North at the time out of Indianapolis. We're out of the Central East Regional. We were obviously training like crazy. You know how it is. We're training 3-4 hours a day as a team. And we were doing a lot of Olympic lifting volume, of course.
Are you in the Navy at this time too, Bear?
No,
Simultaneously? No, you'd gotten
no,
out.
this was in 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, we competed in the games at 2013, and then we went to regionals in 2014. I think we got 5th, so we didn't make it to the games. 5th, I can't even remember. We didn't make it to the games. I know that. So we're training a bunch, and I kept drilling my pubic bone on when we were snatching, right? Like especially like snatch like high pulls and stuff like that, where you do like 110% of your max, you know. And I was like, it would make it so like I wouldn't be able to train that movement like a couple days later because it was just a giant bruise on my pelvic bone, or pubic bone. So I basically took an old football girdle, cut the quad pad out, and stitched it. Had my neighbor stitch it to the groin area, so like the bar would hit that instead of my pubic bone. And that was supposed to be one of one. I was just going to wear it, wash it a couple of days a week, and every time a new snatch was programmed, I would wear it. And then the guys at the gym were like, "Hey man, you should market this because there's actually like a need for that in the Olympic community." So I read some forums and realized I wasn't the only idiot with that problem. Read a few books on supply chain, and before you knew it, we were ordering a couple hundred units and kicking things off. And then we ordered 200 units, and then I went to officer candidate school at the Navy. So that was like I was running it out of my barracks room for 3 months.
Before you went to the Navy.
Yeah, well, I was developing it in 2013, and then we like incorporated it in 2014, and I think it was March of 2014, and then I shipped off in June. So like the very beginning of our business, I was running it out of my barracks in at officer candidate school with, I was the only person in my class that was able to have my phone because I was our class leader. So it was a side hustle from the beginning. Mallory, our co-founder, we were married at the time. She was rocking and rolling with it too. And then for the first, if you include the development of late 2012 into 2013, I mean, if you include that timeline for the first 5 years, it was just her and I, and we didn't pay ourselves a dime. We were able to double it every year. And we expanded, of course, into, like t-shirts and hoodies. And then eventually, like, we got into performance activewear. So the leggings and the sports bras and the men's workout stuff. And that was really the point where it took off. And we got really lucky because we were so passionate about CrossFit. And we were, because we were a part of it, we were competing, that we were born in a space that was on a rocket ship. And had we been in a different space, or if we didn't have a space, Born Primitive would have never been what it is today. If I wasn't a CrossFitter, it wouldn't exist. But because as the community is so connected, and if you do it the right way and you're actually one of the community, it works, right?
Yep.
Like I think people can sniff out, and there's, I think, some brands that came in that I'm like, man, you guys just raised $20 million private equity, and now you're trying to act like you're one of us. Like, come on now. But you do it long enough, there's enough people coming in new that they don't know any better. But the OGs that were doing it, 2011 to 20, I would say 15. I mean, even before that, obviously, like, we know which brands were here in the beginning, then which ones are kind of come in and trying to steal market share. But yeah, that was our journey. And then, now we got 110 plus employees. We're in Virginia Beach, and we've expanded the lineup.
How many employees?
110, I think is the last number.
Wow.
We added our footwear, which the Savage one has been a lot of fun. We kind of try to model it a little around the Nano 2, but like with a little bit more performance. I thought the Nano 2 was great, but it was a little too flimsy once you broke it in. So we kind of based it around that and some components of the Metcon. This is as we're engineering it in the very, very beginning. And then, I mean, you're going to love this because our shoe lineup in 2026 is insane. We got a running shoe coming out, a barefoot trainer, a couple lifestyle sneakers, a tactical boot, and all kinds of other surprises, as well as way more colorways for the Savage 1. And then the Savage 2 is in development for a 2027 launch. And the renderings already looks freaking sick. So we're excited about what we're doing. It's taken on a life of its own, and hopefully just getting started.
I know when I had you on, you said it was pretty scary. My words, not yours, but starting the shoe, because it's so much money up front. It's basically like it's like you have a business, it's going fine, and then you have to take this huge risk to get a shoe to market. How did that end up going with the Savage One?
It's been awesome, man. I mean, it's
okay.
our
You don't regret it at all. You're not like, oh shit.
no,
Oh, okay.
no way. I mean, every morning when I look at the top 10 products on yesterday's sales, like 7 out of 10 are Savage Ones, right?
Awesome.
That's pretty
Hey,
cool.
dude, the leather one is the greatest shoe ever made now. I would say it surpassed the Nano too. I like the way the shoe, the lace doesn't go under the tongue. It's on top of the tongue.
Yes.
The leather one, and every day it fits better and better. It's my favorite shoe. The leather one's crazy.
Well, that one's cool because the upper breaks in because it's leather and suede.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the Savage One classic, and we have a lot more. And that's more meant to be like a lifestyle shoe that wear to dinner, but also like, hey, if you're packing for a trip and you only want to pack one pair of shoes and you want to go hit a hotel workout, like you can do it. You know what I mean? And that was kind of what. There it is. Yeah. So no, it's been a lot of fun, but I mean, it is super expensive up front, and risking the fact that like I told the team, like if we miss on the Savage One, there will be no Savage Two. Like, so we have to nail it. And it's easier said than done, of course, but we were lucky. We had a really good team of shoe engineers that helped us develop it. And since no one was putting a gun to our head to get this thing launched, I mean, we went through like, 8 or 9 prototypes just to get it to where it was. And if there was one little thing we didn't like, we would just, all right, let's wait 3 more months and tweak it. We're not going to go to market until it's ready. And I think that patience paid off in the long run. And now it's like, when I look at the ceiling of what we can be with all the other categories we're expanding into next year, it's going to get crazy. So I'm excited. But yeah, the minimum order quantities are massive. The molds are a ton of money because you have to do a mold for every half size, right? So I think the molds are, we spent $300,000 just to get molds made. Because we do a men and women's sizing, and what a lot of people don't realize is, and I think like Nike still does.
I didn't realize that.
When the shoe engineers were like, oh, you want to do a women's mold? I was like, well, heck yeah, we're going to do a women's mold. I'm not doing an in between because women's feet are a little narrower and men's feet are a little wider. So a lot of these brands that have the co-ed mold just kind of split the difference. What ends up being is it's too narrow for men, and for women, it's too wide. And I was like, guys, if I have to spend another $150,000 to make a women's mold, like we're going to do it because this is a performance shoe. Like it blows me away that, these massive companies aren't doing both molds. It's like, that was just new to me because I never really paid attention to that. So, that's what we've done. And I think it was worth, the spend because we want it to fit well, so.
Hey, what's the kids shoe market like? Would there ever be a chance that there would be kids Savage Ones?
I don't know. I've thought about that because I just think it would be like really fun as a dad to just like, even if you only made like a couple hundred units and maybe you make like a Velcro version for the teeny tiny kids. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. We have so many SKUs right now. Maybe that would be like a limited edition thing just for fun.
It's hard finding good kid shoes. It's really difficult.
Yeah, and I don't know what the margins are because like the kids, the shoes I'm buying for my daughter are like $30-$40, and I'm like, man, if these things are $20 to make, you can't make a business on that,
right? Especially if the mold, like you're saying, if the mold's $300,000,
yeah,
you have to sell a lot of shoes.
Exactly. So I think for now that's probably not in the cards, but we'll see. Never say never.
Yeah. And then I love the dress line too. The dress line's crazy. And once again, like I can wear this stuff if I have to work out. It's like no big deal. This is the collared shirt. I know you can't see it because
nice,
lighting, but it's one of my favorite shirts.
Yeah,
I layer it when it's cold, and when it's not cold, I just wear it, and it looks great on me. Doesn't stick to my fucking pooch. Just accentuates my shoulders and my titties, and I look great. I look great in it.
Well, it's not a very original concept, but pretty much I was just like, all right, everything we make like should pretty much stretch. Like I don't know a scenario where I wouldn't want a garment to stretch.
Yeah, the jeans are amazing too. You can they fit perfect, and then you can sit down and eat too much food and they still fit perfect. I love it.
Exactly. So it's like, that's a lot of our, the design inspiration but behind a lot of the clothes is like with the performance component in mind and for an active lifestyle. Like if you're getting in and out of your car and you have tight jeans on that don't stretch, like you shouldn't have to like maneuver yourself to get into your car. You know what I mean? Like we've all been there. Or if you're wearing dress pants, same thing, that don't stretch. I was actually just at my buddy's wedding in South Carolina last weekend, and it's like 45 minutes before the ceremony is supposed to start. And I bent down to like, because I was changing out for my shoes into my cowboy boots, and I ripped the ass seam of my boot,
I saw that.
and it was literally like a 20-inch rip. and like we're starting in like 40 minutes. I'm in the wedding. I'm walking down the aisle. You know what I mean? So fortunately, the groom, he's even bigger than me, and he had an extra pair because he had to send like a new pair because his pants were too small, and he's a big old boy. Big corn-fed boy from Illinois. So last second, I wore his loaners now, but he's only like 5'10". So I had these like the inseam was about 4 inches short. But we made it work. It was like, I don't know what we would have done. We were trying to duct tape it, but that wasn't working. So yeah, they need to add a little stretch to that that tuxedo pant.
Sebi looks like he works at a gas station. Yeah, like a high-end gas station from the 70s. I'll take it. I'll take it. Corey Leonard, I love my BP jeans. About to order 2 more pair. Yeah, I hate wearing jeans, and I wash my BP jeans so much because I love wearing them. I hate that feeling that you're talking about. When you have to maneuver, your clothes are like in your way. I hate. Yeah, these are the ones.
Yeah,
I love these.
Yeah, we got the boot cut and I think the regular cut. And then if you guys are looking for a good flannel, our flannel stretch, it's the Woodsman stretchy flannel. That's like my favorite product of all time. And we sell a shit ton of those because I think we have like 15 colorways now. If you click on it, we just went nuts this year because it was so popular last year. Yeah, there you go.
Do you still make the short that protects the pubic bone?
I don't think we even make it anymore. It's wild. I don't even know that, considering that was our first ever product, but I'm pretty sure we do not.
It's just so niche, right?
It is. Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, in the beginning, it worked. Like, it marketed itself. Like, we didn't have to. I remember like Dmitry Klokov hit me up on like Facebook Messenger and was like, "Hey, I heard about this. Can I get a pair?" And I was like, "Wait, what? Dmitry Klokov? Like, is this real?" But yeah, that's a product. It's not a business. You know what I mean? There's a big difference there. And I recognize that pretty early on, because the original name of Born Primitive was actually Snatch Shorts LLC. That's some OG stuff right there. So we actually reincorporated because we realized, okay, what if we get into women's stuff? Like, no one's going to buy something that's like the brand is called Snatch Shorts. That makes no sense. So thank God.
It would be a different product line.
Oh my God. Yes. Yeah. We'd have to go into a different industry. So glad we had that foresight to make a major shift.
Beisho, can Bear make some underpants to keep my aging testicles in place so I don't have to do the old punch and pull when I sit on the rower?
Well, we have the Ball Paradise boxers, which are awesome, but also
Ball Paradise.
No, Ball Paradise.
Who came up with that name?
I don't even remember. We've been selling those forever. But the versatile shorts, that's a training short that comes with a liner.
Yeah, I wear those. Those are my favorite.
And those are awesome, particularly like if you travel a lot, because you don't have to like just throw, if you're going to do 3 workouts, you throw 3 pairs of shorts and it's all in one. And I actually wasn't sold on the built-in liner before. Like, it took me, I was used to be way against it. And then someone had me try a pair and I was like, wow, these are actually insane. So now I'm totally sold on it. So yeah, check out the versatile shorts. We got them in 5-inch, 7-inch, and 9. 7's pretty standard. 9's obviously a little longer. I rock the Hoochie Mama 5-inch, but that's not for everyone.
The light blue ones too, I feel, are kind of like dressy too. Like, I don't feel like if I wear that and like this shirt, I could go anywhere.
There you go. Yeah.
By the way, maybe you probably get advices all the time, but if those didn't have pockets, those would be insane no-gi jiu-jitsu shorts.
You're right. Yeah, they would be.
Insane.
That's a really good point. Yeah, because then I think there's a little zipper pocket on the side.
People love the liner in jiu-jitsu shorts like that are flexible and have a liner in them. My kids love those, and those aren't cheap to find for kids.
Yeah, it's a good call. We get a lot of those requests for rolling. It's hard with the SKU count because we have, I mean, at this point, man, well over 10,000 SKUs. Might use your battles, but that definitely would be a good solving a need.
What you have big on the horizon, which is crazy. I want to ask you about before we go too much into Operation Debt of Gratitude. Charity is something that I have a distaste for it, right? Because I don't trust that shit. Like they call and I'm giving money to fucking Sierra Club or Red Cross or something, and then I look online and 85% of their money's going to their CEO and admin. And I'm always like, man, if I'm going to do something good for someone, I'm just going to tip the good barista at the local coffee shop or something. You know what I mean? I'm going to reward people who are doing good stuff. And it's not a sexy business to get into either, right? Charity, because so many people are just like focused on their day-to-day, what they can get done. And then there's something like this, Operation Debt of Gratitude. And in a nutshell, I'll let you say it too so I don't screw it up. But basically, you're going to break off a few days this year where all profits go to paying medical bills for military veterans. And it just seems, I mean, obviously it's so amazing and it impacts those people's lives so much, but charity is so unsexy. So I think, man, Bear must just really want to do this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, he's doing this, I'm behind that company all of a sudden. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could have done a giveaway like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, or you could have given away a vacation, but instead you're doing this other thing that's helping other people. I'm just wondering like how that fits into the image of the company and like selling product. Well, by the way, I love it. Don't get me wrong. As I get older, I like it, but I'm just like, wow, this is like so. I know you're putting in all this work.
Yeah, well, from the early days, Mal and I always wanted to try to leverage the platform to do good. And in the early days, that was just
even as a young man, you knew that.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it needed to be a part of what we were doing. It couldn't just be about selling apparel, like, because at the end of the day, like, what are we all doing it for, right? So in the early days, we found some charities, mainly first responder, military, and then like cancer research and prevention. Those were kind of our three things that we'd like to try to support. And we would write checks, and we would do little things like, hey, a portion of proceeds of this like new like WOD short would go here, and things like that. And it was fine, and it was well received. But as the brand has gotten bigger, I've tried to raise the bar on what that impact is. So last summer, I kind of came up with an idea. Oh, sorry, one sec. My mom's phone is ringing. One sec.
Mom can call you whenever she wants.
What she has my daughter outside the room, but she left her phone in here, so it's blowing up. 1 second.
Yep. Last year they paid $11 million in medical bills, which is crazy. And this year they're shooting for 25 million, which is just nuts. And that's not the kind of thing like you can market either. It's just crazy what you guys are doing. Sorry, go ahead. So so helping people has always been like part of what you wanted to do.
Yeah. So then, last year, on Veterans Day, we would try to do something really big, right? And we would pledge a bunch of profits, and it was a big deal. But this last year, I was like, all right, how do we do something a little different? And came up with the idea of like, what if we paid off a bunch of medical bills for veterans? And got linked up with an organization called Forgive Co. that does this sort of thing. And I basically was like, hey, are you guys able to filter debt by people that are veterans and have it classified under medical? Because like no one deliberately incurs medical debt. It's because of an unforeseen event in your life, or an illness, hits a member of the family. It's always a bad thing, right? And that really had a soft spot in my heart, and I wanted to see if we could leverage the brand in a really big way. So we tried to set a goal of 5 million last year. It was a 4-day sprint. And when the dust settled, because we got so much momentum, we ended up paying off 11 million, which, like you said, it was 5,800 veterans. And I was able to personally call a lot of these people, and hear their backstories and hear about what this debt was causing in their life. And that was way more moving than I thought. To tell someone, hey, we took care of your medical bill, and then you hear silence on the phone, and then 3 seconds later, you can tell they're crying on the other end because they don't understand how this is happening to them. And then you find out it was a single mother who got T-boned driving to work and had to relearn her basic skills, is already working 2 jobs. Her wages are getting garnished. She's already kind of circling the drain. And then this simple gesture just changes everything for her. Like I was in, that hit me in the heart like a sledgehammer. So I said, okay, this was a good effort, but we have to go bigger next year. I was immediately fired up. So I called up Black Rifle Coffee, because I know they give back a lot to veteran causes, and they're another veteran special operation founded business. And so I hit up Evan Hafer. I said, hey man, here's the 60-second elevator pitch, but are you guys in? And he said, hell yeah, let's do this. So we said, all right, let's do 25 million combined, or at least that's the pledge, or that's the goal. I shouldn't say that's the pledge. And let's try to more than double this thing. So I think this will start tomorrow, November 7th through the 11th. The 11th is Veterans Day. That's Tuesday. for a 5-day sprint. We're going to pledge 100% of profits from both websites to try to reach that goal. We've actually already done 5 million. We did that in June, kind of quietly. But I wanted there to be recipients on the list that had received their good news by Veterans Day, so we can help share their stories to help promote the campaign, because it really humanizes it. And I think that's important. And I just got back from Denver a couple weeks ago, and there was a woman on the list. Her bill was $341,000. She's a Gold Star spouse. Her husband was in the infantry, and he was killed in a roadside bomb. He was up in the turret. This was in Iraq in 2006. She was an Army veteran, and has 2 kids. They have 2 kids, and she got in a horrific car accident. And like driving back from Colorado from like a ski trip, there's a big like blizzard or something like that. And I think she got airlifted. She was in the hospital for like almost 2 weeks, got like 18 plates put in her face, and just was in rough shape. Well, her bill when she got out of there was 341 grand. And there's no way she would have ever paid that off. So me and Matt Best from Black Rifle got on an airplane and met her in Denver and hand delivered her the letter, letting her know that had been paid off in full, which is, obviously an incredible moment for all of us, a very emotional moment. And she's just one of what will likely be 10 to 15,000 recipients from this campaign when the dust settles. So we're fired up, man. It's kind of exceeded my wildest, dreams. I'm also working some angles in DC. So I was in DC a couple days ago, and I'm meeting with a bunch of senators and congressmen, as well as the VA, because I'm going to kind of go to them and say, hey, like, I have this giant data set of all these people we helped, but like, we need to fix this because there's some deficiencies in the VA that we can use this data set to like find the shortfalls and like work together on it. And it was super positive because the new leadership in the VA, Secretary Collins, like, they acknowledged the issue. And they've only been there since January, and they're like all hands on deck wanting to fix stuff. So not only are we going to try to, cut a check and leverage, a private civilian institution to, use capitalism to solve the problem, I want to attack it from the policy level as well. And, because of my military background and what I've been able to do here, I'm able to get those meetings now, which is pretty cool. And they were super good conversations, particularly the combo with the VA. They were like super on board with it. So I want to hit this from 2 fronts. Even honestly, none of that stuff has anything to do with Born Primitive. But I feel now an obligation to kind of leverage my platform, my personal platform, but as well as the brand we've built to try to help these people out.
So when you meet these people, it kind of supercharges your response. You're like, oh, wow, like you're getting this crazy validation that you've targeted in on a serious problem.
Yeah. I mean, when you get a letter in the mail after the campaign, a guy telling you he was going to kill himself and this saved his life, and now he's going to, check himself into rehab and get his life together, right? That
you got one of those. You paid someone's medical bills, and the guy's like, "Hey, I was going to kill myself because of these bills."
He said he asked God for any sign to continue, and the next day he got his letter in the mail. How wild is that?
Holy shit!
You kidding me? Right? Like I just got goosebumps saying that. That was from last year. So I have his letter framed on my desk. What
would be cool, Bear, is to write on the outside of the envelope, "Please film yourself while you open this."
that would be.
Please film yourself. Start your camera before.
Go live on the Savant show.
Yeah, that would be crazy. A whole show of people getting their envelopes open.
Doing a compilation, that's actually a really cool idea. Like, how cool it would be to just have a compilation and just stitch together like a big montage of the different moments.
Because if they film themselves too, it's kind of like if you go there with the camera, it's a little self-serving. But if you ask them to film themselves and then they want to send it in, then it's crazy. It would be like one of those videos, like where the dad comes to the daughter's graduation party and he's been overseas and she doesn't know, and he shows up, and people, those things rock me when I watch those.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I want to do this again next year. So maybe there's a way to incorporate that, because that organic, like just user generated content is sometimes the best because it's the most real and raw. That's a great idea, man.
And people get great clothes. I know it's weird having you on here to talk about it, but everything I've received at Born Primitive has been amazing. The dress shirts, the shorts, the jeans, the shoes. I have the boxers I sleep in at night. It's like you get shit. It's like you're helping people. You're the one who's doing the heavy lifting by giving your profits for 4 days.
Yeah, well, it's just something it's our obligation, man. Like we got really lucky building Born Primitive. Like I said, had we not been in CrossFit, right place, right time, this would be nowhere near what it is. So part of it's like, all right, what are we going to do with this? And of course, there's nothing wrong with making money and building a strong business. But now that we have 110 plus employees, like that's a big part of my why now too, because it's like, all right, I want to continue to make sure they have a good living with benefits and all these things. But if once a year we can get everyone fired up to come out and shop for kind of a guilt-free, great cause.
Yeah.
It's been a ton of work. Like I've been planning this since March. I'm in New York right now. I got to fly all over the place to do a bunch of media, which is part of it, because by getting the word out, that's what makes it possible. Where I'm simply facilitating it. But it's because of the customer. And that's why last year just blew us away, man. I went on the Fox and Friends show. We had 80,000 people on the site. The second right when I got off the set,
that's awesome.
I looked at my phone. We had 80,000 people on the site. People were going crazy. So because they're, they want to support the cause. So, I think it's a win-win for everyone. The debt collectors, they get to get this off their books. The recipients get this completely gone. Their credit instantly goes up. You know what I mean? And it's a feel good, it's really a true win-win for everyone involved.
November 7th to 11th, go to the Born Primitive site, buy a whole new wardrobe. You said something. Could you give any examples of when you go to DC, what shortfalls you see that leaves these people hanging with these medical bills that can be addressed?
Yeah, so we are going to kind of dig into that more in the future. But just from this is a few anecdotal examples of talking to some of the recipients. Like some of them were like lived in rural America, and they were like, my claim was supposed to get approved and then it got denied. And so then I was trying to call, but no one would answer. And then like you kept getting forwarded to 5 different people, and then you'd be on hold for 3 hours. And then finally the lady would pick up and she was rude, and then it would just disconnect. And it was like, that was the customer experience. And I have had that also. And I told the VA this when I went there last week. I was like, hey, don't take this the wrong way. But as a person in the VA system myself, that's been like a customer, if you want to call it that, like the customer experience is horrible, because you usually get some grumpy lady on the other line that like is totally unmotivated, doesn't care, and is just honestly just being rude. It's almost like it's an inconvenience that you're like, hey, I want to get into my primary care physician and get a physical like in there, and it's like you're asking them to, give up their unborn child or something. And so I told her this. I said, listen, like you guys need to work on many things, but like from a 1 to 10, you guys have a 1 right now. And I have the means to get through to someone. I can, have my assistant stay on hold for 3 hours while I'm working. But hey, what about the single mom that's like working on a shift that like she can't, you know what I mean? She's going to pick up the kids and going to the next job. So eventually these people just throw their hands up, and then they get a collection notice in the mail 6 months later, and their wages are starting to get garnished. Like, what is that? On something that probably should have been approved, but there was some clerical error on the back end. So this is where like, we're going to dig into it, but hopefully we can give them the cohort of data and say, all right, hey, especially with AI and everything in their backend system, like, hey, run these through and let's find themes from this that we can fix quickly. And then on the policy level, we're exploring the idea of, is there a law we can implement where if you have medical debt that, they can't come after like your wages and it can't affect your credit score, like other debt, fair game, whatever. But is there something that both sides could agree on, Republican and Democrat, where like, all right, if you have this $300,000 bill from a surgery that went haywire, like they can't start garnishing your wages at 20% for the next 30 years.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And they can't drop your credit below 600, because then, one of the recipients, like her credit was below 600, like almost immediately. So now when she had to renew her apartment lease, she couldn't get it renewed because she didn't have she needed a cosigner, but she didn't have anyone in her support system to cosign. So she's getting kicked out of her apartment purely because this bill she got that wasn't her fault. And it's like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? And she got a couple kids. So now she's scrambling to find some just horrible apartment that, will take her 580 credit score. You know what I mean? It's just wild, man. And probably I hate to say it, the caliber of people probably in a complex like that, likely that you're now in with your kid. So these are the real stories that I was like, man, I'm fired up now. I'm going to go down to DC but it was good, man. It was productive. They weren't like, it wasn't like our system's great. They were like, no, we want to be collaborative. And they actually, threw out the idea of like maybe they could partner with Born Primitive and Black Rifle Coffee to be a part of the reform initiative. And I was like, well, hey, as long as you're not going to try to hijack or like do anything squirrely, like, yes, leverage our platform. Absolutely. If it helps, fix this thing.
And it's not like you're doing this for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. These are people who gave years of their lives and put their lives on the line so that the rest of us could sit at home in coffee shops and drink lattes without worrying about getting blown up.
Exactly.
Someone told me that once when I was a liberal. They're like, you don't understand because you're just at the coffee shop drinking lattes. I was like, oh, yeah. You're probably right.
It's so wild.
That like you're probably right.
it blows me away that you used to be liberal, man.
Oh boy, yeah. I was such a do-gooder. I was such a I was in my own, and between my ears, I was a do-gooder, but not in real life.
Well, I think, man. I mean, not to get too political, but like,
please, more the merrier.
It's like, I really wish moderate Democrats would take their party back because it is so insane. Like this thing that happened in New York, man. Part of me, I'm like, I kind of love it because like they're not even trying to hide it. Like there's
part of me loves it too. I have to tell you, part of me loves it too. I can't wait. I hope that it's covered well.
Look at like the Fettermans of the world right now, which I honestly thought he was an idiot like when he was running, but I have a lot of respect for him now where he's kind of like, guys, like this is totally insane. And even guys like is it Bill Maher?
Bill Maher,
like he's like he now plays devil's advocate all the time, and he's calling out his own side. And I think like if we could get more of that, there's way more like the divisiveness would go way down, because I think as like conservatives, like there's definitely shit that we could get better on. And if like and when our people get crazy, like if we call that out and then the Democrats are doing the same thing on their side, it's like, okay, the people on the fringes have kind of hijacked the narrative. And it's like, guys, it's not that crazy. But if you think like a 8-year-old should get a gender surgery and then this and that, like all these crazy, and socialism, this guy's a Marxist, like he doesn't even hide it. You know what I mean?
No, he doesn't even hide it. It's crazy.
And that's the wild part. So here's what's going to happen. This will be fascinating to watch, is like at the next midterm elections, every single Democrat is going to get pressed. I mean, if the Republicans are smart, they're going to do this, but I'm sure it'll happen. They're going to say, what's your opinion of the mayor of New York? Right? Do you support his policies? And it's going to be hilarious to watch them panic to have to denounce like a Marxist ideology, but they're going to like, especially if it's a primary. In the primary, you have to be kind of like extreme to your party, because the primaries attract the most passionate political people, right? So if you're in a Republican primary, you got to kind of, all right, we're going to, and if you're same thing with the Democrat, you're going to go, oh yeah, I love socialism. Yes. 8-year-olds should get their dicks chopped off and all these other things. And you're kind of you're held hostage by that. And it'll be fascinating to see if they will actually try. If they do, the next election will be a landslide. It won't even be close. JD Vance will be the president, and they're going to kick themselves and say, wow, man, mainstream America doesn't think 8-year-olds should get their dicks chopped off. And man, maybe, mainstream America doesn't adopt a Marxist ideology. It's only been tried 9 times and had 100 million plus people die in the last century, but let's try it again. Like, it's the dumbest thing ever. But it's like you're watching it's not even real life, because you're like, there's no way with a straight face anyone actually believes these things. But maybe they do. I mean, it's so nuts.
How about the inconsistencies? I was watching the governor's race in Virginia. You had a woman running who would have been the first Black female governor in the history of the United States. She was the former lieutenant governor. She was a Marine. She was an immigrant. She checked all the boxes for the left. Obama had just got done telling Black men in this country, hey, you're a piece of shit if you don't vote for Kamala. She's Black. And yet Obama went out there to stump for the socialist.
Yeah.
The white lady. I'm like, what? How does he go to sleep at night? What's his Spanberger becomes Virginia's first female governor? It's like, it's like what?
It's a total double standard, and obviously, like, he has different political views than her. So like, I get the whole like campaigning for the other, but I think he could have also been like, hey, although my political beliefs differ from hers, like I support a fellow African American, and in the history that, like, just I think that's fine.
The inconsistency though is crazy. You can't tell someone to vote for someone because of the color of their skin, and then when it doesn't work for you, I don't know how you I don't know what the word is, but I don't know how in his brain he can hold both of those beliefs.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
hey, are you a piece of shit racist who votes based on color, or are you not?
Well, what's interesting, and this is, I think, our biggest threat, and it's so obvious. And I was calling this out before everyone was talking about it. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but
Toot it.
when the state of Georgia freaked out over the voter ID laws. That was one of the first states to kind of change, after the absurd election where,
Right.
have you seen the bar graph chart of votes in the 2020 election versus any other election in history? How many additional random votes there are? It's crazy.
Yes.
Rogan showed it. It'll blow you away.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, after that election, they acknowledge, all right, we need to like reform the voter ID laws. And it was a very simple, like basically just, okay, you have to bring an ID to the polls. And everyone freaked out. And it was a totally calculated psyop where I remember Delta Airlines CEO, Coca-Cola CEO, that they're, I think they're based in Georgia, Atlanta, like said, we're going to leave Atlanta if they like let this law go through. You remember Major League Baseball had the All-Star game in Atlanta. They moved it to Coors Field in Colorado.
Only hurting small businesses.
Well, yes. But it was over the idea that like all of a sudden to show your ID is racist. Now, what happened on day one of Biden's presidency? He opened up the floodgates of the border. It was 100% deliberate. It was on purpose. They got 20 million people to cross with the whole idea that if we can get rid of voter ID laws and all of these people can vote, the Republicans will never win an election ever in history. No. So typically, yes, we still have a democracy, but it's a rigged democracy. And the only way to ever win is if a Republican basically becomes a moderate Democrat, and then the whole political spectrum slides in it. And so
which is what Trump is. Trump's a moderate Democrat. He's campaigning on the same things that Obama and Bill and Hillary did. It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, especially if you look at the old clips from like the 90s.
Yes.
And Hillary's talking about strong borders, and if you're going to come here so it's honestly really scary, man, because what I think's happening, this is just my opinion, I think the African American vote is starting to go more to the conservative side. Obviously, you saw that in this last election, and I think that's because a lot of African Americans might think that they don't really align with the Democratic Party anymore, and the whole like line of like you're a constant victim and this and that isn't working anymore. And there's a more common sense approach to the Republican Party. This is just my opinion. So they're saying, all right, well, if we're going to lose that vote, that used to be a big way we used to win elections, is with the promise free things and all these other things. Well, we're just going to promise things to illegals now and give them better healthcare, and then we'll try to gaslight the whole country and say, if you require an ID to vote, you're racist, and 50% of the population will buy it, and we'll pass it in a bunch of states. And then there you go. The Republicans never win an election ever again. So I would challenge anyone to have an intellectual conversation and have someone to explain to you in an articulate way how boarding an airplane, buying a bottle of whiskey, all these other things to require an ID are fine. But voting in a federal election to decide the leader of the free world is somehow now blatantly racist. There's no answer for it. And these are things like, I think contested dialogue is good, but these are things we should not waver on. This should not be a political debate ever.
Even in Minneapolis or in Minnesota, I think that they've even openly said that if you're an illegal, you can vote. They're not even hiding that.
Well, exactly. And I think in California, you're not even allowed to show an ID. Like, how wild would that be?
Yeah.
If you're like, hey, buddy, you want to see my ID? And he's like, nope, can't see it. And you're like, wait, what?
Right.
Wait a second. If that's not the most blatant thing I've ever seen. So it's pretty scary, man, because all the illegals, 99 out of 100 will vote Democrat because they're giving them a debit card, health care, and a room at the Roosevelt in New York. I mean, how wild is that? They're giving the Roosevelt $60 million a year, federal government, to house. You're staying at a 5-star hotel in New York, and you get room service, or you got a cleaning crew coming through and making your bed. They
destroyed the hotel. Yeah,
they did. It's like this isn't even real life, man. Like, how much more crazy can you get? So, but I think the country corrected. But I do think the biggest threat there is just that is the future of elections, right? And hopefully we can win that argument that, hey, you have to have an ID, and no, it is not racist to suggest that minorities do not have IDs, and that's why that's racist. You know what I mean?
Right.
Imagine going and interviewing a bunch of minorities and be like, hey, do you have an ID? They'd be like, What are you talking about? Yes, I have an ID. Like,
I've seen
oh,
those
I didn't know.
videos. I've seen
Yeah.
those videos where they're
Well,
interviewing kids, white kids at UC Berkeley, being like, "Hey, is it racist to ask for ID?" And they're like, "Yeah, black people can't get IDs." And then they interview people in Atlanta, black people in Atlanta. They're like, "What? Of course we have ID."
exactly. So
Yeah,
that's the irony of it. I'm like, you guys by saying this racist is racist because like what you're implying like doesn't even make any sense.
clueless.
Yeah. Well, the world has lost its mind, man, and we're just trying to trying to find some sanity out of it. But I do think the theme in the future, like everyone just needs to chill out a little bit, and we can't let the fringes hijack the whole narrative. And I think that's what's happening right now. Like I think most of my, I have a lot of my buddies, liberals, Democrats, we joke about it, right? And we have like friendly banter about our beliefs, but it isn't this crazy thing like, oh, I'm not inviting you to Thanksgiving dinner now, right? It's like, okay,
Good on you. Good on you.
and that's what we need to try to promote because I have my beliefs and, I've been influenced by my own upbringing and someone that I disagree with. It's the same way. So I don't fault them for that. But I do think there's some things that are real threats. And that's where it's like, all right, we can't, we got to draw a line in the sand on that. I'm not going to have a cordial conversation about that kind of stuff. So,
when this paying the medical bills for veterans, do you remember what the catalyst for that was? Like, did you have a friend who had medical bills that you were helping, or do you remember why that? Like, why not go further into cancer, or why not go into orphans, or why that? Like, was there a story you heard that was like, that needs to be addressed?
there really wasn't. I wish there was a more original answer, but it was actually ForgiveCo who reached out to me.
Okay.
And Eric, he's one of the main guys there, and he's not a friend of mine. We played against each other in college. He was an offensive lineman for Georgetown, and I was ignoring his emails, and then he found old game film. I had a one-handed interception against Georgetown, and
he's smart.
He found the clip and sent it to me, and then I think he circled me and circled him like on the overhead film angle, and it was like, hey, this was me, like we played against, and I was like, all right, that's pretty clever. Like, let's do a 30-minute. And he basically explained like, hey, we're an organization that like works with, private companies that like, we can transact debt purchase like payoffs, and we're the one, you send the money to us and then we take care of all the details. Of course, I would have no idea how to do it otherwise. And once he explained it, I was like, all right, this is kind of cool, but I was like, I'm not really in the business of just like paying people's debt off, because what if it's that like 22-year-old that bought a Ford Raptor he couldn't afford for $100 grand? Like, I'm not paying off his $80K bill.
Right.
So I said, wait a second, could you classify it by medical debt, and could you also go make it be veterans? And he was like, hey, give me 24 hours. I think we might, but let me get with my dad and we'll get back to you. And then he came back and he's like, yes, we can actually classify it to that exact filter. And I was like, well, shit, maybe let's try this. And that got the wheels turning on it. So it was almost by a fluke. But then once I started calling the recipients, man, that's when my mindset completely shifted. And I was like, all right, this can't just be a one and done. I need to make this bigger. And I'm a big idea guy and they scare me a lot, but we were throwing this idea around in one of our Black Rifle Coffee calls is there a world where two veteran-owned, private companies could facilitate a complete payoff of 100% of veteran medical bills? And that was like, is that the long game? Is that a 5-year plan? Now we have to hit it on many fronts. That can't just come from us. I'd have to get, because I'm already thinking, hey, can I get the NFL in on this next year during their salute to service, right? They got big bank account. Could I get like an Anheuser-Busch or a Miller Coors or, these companies that have like their marketing budgets are absolutely insane. Maybe we bring more companies into the mix, but also at the policy level. That's why I was up in DC. I mean, maybe the VA has the ability to say, hey, we have the autonomy to forgive some debt, right? And maybe we can, pull from another fund. Like I've heard there's a bunch of COVID relief funds that expire this year, at the end of the year this year. There's a bunch of money that they're just trying to like find ways to spend. So that's why I wanted to see if I could get creative. And then who knows, maybe like an Elon hears about this on X and he's like, hey, I'm in for 100 million. You don't know what it's going to be. But I'm cautiously optimistic, man, that there's a way we can get to that point, and that would be a pretty badass story if we could get to that end state.
What you're doing that's great though is sustainable in the sense that I know your company is giving a lot by giving away. It's right during one of the biggest shopping seasons in the world, if not the biggest. So you've chosen a time that obviously impacts your profits. But the good thing, if we could get other people involved in it, is that it's sustainable. Like people are getting something. You're not asking for a one-time donation. You're like, hey, dude, we're going to send you pants and shirts and shoes, and you're going to love them. And so in that way, it's sustainable, as opposed to if someone just donates $100 million, as soon as it's paid off, more medical bills are going to pile up with no machine to pay them down again. So
exactly. Yeah. And that's why it's important, I think, with the VA reform, we have to get that going too, because that'll slow the bleeding on the debt. Right. Otherwise, we're going to take a huge chunk out and it's going to get backfilled with an even bigger debt. And then, you're running in quicksand,
November, starting tonight at midnight, November 7th to the 11th, all the purchases you make at bornprimitive.com, the profits will go to paying veteran medical bills. Last year, they did $11 million. You can go to Bear's Instagram handle and you can hear some of the real life stories. You can hear that $341,000 story on there, and you'll get great clothes and you'll feel happy about it. Hey, I saw that you met Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
And I'm a UFC nut. We've had the pleasure of having a bunch of UFC guys on here, including recently we had Jack Della Maddalena on. How was that meeting Justin? What was he like?
Oh, he's great, man. Yeah, he came out to our HQ and went on our tactical podcast, the Hot Wash, and we hung out. And great dude. A lot of these guys, obviously they're superstars and you hold them on a pedestal, but when you're just around them, they're just normal dudes and they just want to be treated normal, right? And that was like 100% Justin, just normal guy. We're just hanging out. But what an absolute savage, man. I mean, the way that guy fights, you talk about throwing caution to the wind. Like that dude is not playing it safe, man. I love it. Every time he fights, you know exactly what you're going to get. And it's the type of guy that, you think he should be down and he just keeps coming. Right. And so I love his style. And he's definitely got to have some screws loose to approach fighting like the way he does. But no, it was great, man. And I hope he can get that belt. Yeah, there he is on the Hot Wash podcast. So,
hey, did you by any chance? There's a story that's kind of breaking that he's basically telling Dana that he's going to retire if he doesn't get the fight with Ilya, and if they give it to Patty. Did you get a chance to talk to him about that? Is that a real story?
I have no idea. He was here, I think that was 3 or 4 months ago.
Okay.
And we briefly talked about, hey, what's next? And I think he had kind of said title shot. Because I think, what has he won? 3 of his last 4, I think. So, and as far as like selling tickets, man, like, that's going to be a huge draw because, again, the type of fight it's going to be. Because even if he gets his bell rung, like the dude's gotta no.
You have to put him to sleep. You have to, or he's keep coming.
So, I'll maybe I can find that out and shoot you a text offline. But I'm not sure. But I hope he gets it.
Yeah, me too. Home for you is Virginia Beach.
Yes.
And that's also the world headquarters for Born Primitive.
Yeah, that's where we're based, and we're actually building a brand new facility right now, 52,000 square feet. It's going to be freaking awesome. You'll love this. We'll have 100-yard long American flag on the roof.
Wow.
And next to it, it'll say "Worth Defending." The O will be our Born Primitive logo because that's where the F-18s they take off right by our building, and I wanted them to see that when they take off and look down. It's going to be badass. We're going to have a cool ass gym in the back with like cold tubs and saunas and all kinds of cool stuff. So we're excited. Long overdue. We keep outgrowing our space like every 2 seconds. So hopefully this will give us a home for a few years.
And do you guys ship to Europe?
Yeah, we do. Yeah. And we have a distribution there as well. So we have the bornprimitive.eu website. And then, we have a Canada website as well. And then Australia, but everything still can ship from our US site as well. But those other sites are fair game.
And do you have any presence on the West Coast?
Not a physical presence. No. I mean, all of our stuff, is all of our employees are here in Virginia Beach right now.
Oh, they are. Wow. And how many of your employees, I know in the early days you were pretty big on hiring veterans. Is that still something you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, and this isn't honestly by design at all. Like I actually give zero preference to anyone that comes in because I want it to be 100% merit based. Like I don't give a shit like your background. But because we're in a military town and just because of I think our support of military and law enforcement and first responders, it tends to attract those people. So yeah, I think the last time we ran it, there's well over half are either veterans, former first responders or the spouses of those individuals. So I mean, we got a ton of active duty spouses, particularly some of my SEAL teammates. A bunch of their wives work for us, and they're freaking awesome, man. So it's a cool dynamic. You know, we don't want it to just be a punchline for us. You know, supporting our service members. Like we live it in the walls every day.
Hey, how is your relationship with the SEAL community out there? Do you get invited to reunions and things like that?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, no, everything's fine, man. It's a little tricky. Like when you get out of like an organization like that, I think anytime someone achieves like success that might shine a spotlight on them that in a way that has nothing to do with their previous career, it's a delicate balance, because unfortunately there's been a lot of guys who have leveraged what they did previously, you know, with book deals and public speaking engagements, and they really lean hard into that prior service. It is difficult though, because it's like, guys, that was 8 years of my life. So like, if I come on a podcast and someone asks me a question, I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Now there's a way to do it with humility and to, you know, to acknowledge that you're not special. And a lot of guys, you know, that come on and tell like war stories that they shouldn't be talking about, that's an immediate blackball. But, you know, guys like Dave have done it really well. You know, Dave was at the highest level of our community. And he was, you know, he was the face of CrossFit for so many years, and not once did he pull the Trident card ever. And I thought I always like had so much respect for him. And, you know, when he came on my podcast, I think that was last year, I told him that, and I can validate that, guys, because he comes up in conversation, you know, fairly often with my friends, and it's always very positive. Because Dave would have done what he did regardless of whether he was a SEAL or not. And I think that's the important distinction, where other guys will leverage the Trident and create something and almost hijack the brand of the Trident, because they don't have the means to do it any other way. And unfortunately that can kind of put us all in one, you know, some might generalize any SEAL entrepreneur as like one of those guys, when it's like, well, guys, I'm still allowed to go start a business, and like, I'm still allowed to go on Fox News. Like, what am I supposed to do? Say, oh,
and you know what you know. I really like kind of your compassion towards those people too. It's like, hey man, they did that for so long. What are they like? Like they're going to talk about that. Like that's what my whole podcast is. I'm 53 years old. I live this crazy fucking long life, been all over the world. And now I'm leveraging all those stories. So you're saying on one hand, like, hey, you got to keep these stories a secret. But on the other hand, it's like, hey, dude, you were in for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And now you're not allowed to leverage any of that life to move forward. So I guess there's a delicate balance.
Yeah. And it's tricky, because it's like, if you would then try to act like, oh, we can't talk about that, that almost is even more cringeworthy, because it's not like it's like you're trying to sound way cooler than you are. Like,
yes,
like guys,
yeah.
There was a couple thousand of us. It wasn't that sweet. Like I'm not that special. So like, I'm not going to come to you and be like, oh, like don't talk about it. That's really top secret stuff. It's like, guys, enough with that. So I think it's okay to just have, you know, because it's about the life experiences. So if we're talking about leadership or hardship or, you know, going after your goals, like, well, guys, the giant part of my life, that was what I was doing in you know, tied to those themes. So like, what do you want me to say? You know? No, it's been cool, man. And we've given back a lot to the Navy SEAL Foundation and a few other charities. So like, I think the guys see what we're actually doing over here. I think overall it's all good, but yeah, I'm sure there's a few that, oh, that bear guy, like he's, you know, he's going on the news and shit. And it's like, okay, that's always going to happen.
Anthony, I'll do anything for money. Has CrossFit HQ ever asked you to be the title sponsor?
Yeah. So we were working with, and I don't even remember the guy's name. It was kind of when everything was a total shit show.
Maybe David Woods over there.
I can't remember. Okay. I don't even know if he's there anymore, but I mean, I don't even care saying this. They wanted 5 million. I think it was 5 million a year for 3 years plus a bunch of gear. That was millions of dollars worth, and it would need to be thrown together very quickly. And it was at a time when they were not in good standing. And I was like, guys, this is a tough sell. I mean, given what had just happened. And then we talked about, hey, could we do just footwear potentially for like 1 year? But they needed it like, hey, this would start in like 3 months or something. And I was like, well, I need like a year to get ahead of it, because I would try to have a bunch of styles specifically for CrossFit. It takes forever. So yeah, the talks have happened, but I thought the price tag was way too high. And I didn't have a roadmap to actually getting an ROI on that, because just from my opinion, the organization seemed to be in really rough shape at that time. And it was always something, you know, I thought it would be cool. Like when Noble took it over, I was kind of like, damn, you know, we weren't there yet. But
That was
if
the
you had given us,
feminization of CrossFit, by the way, when Noble came
yeah,
in.
well, and when you get the
I see
private,
that as a very feminine brand. Not that I have a problem with feminine things, but I just don't think it was a little heavy on the feminine side for CrossFit.
yeah, yeah, and I mean, it's so, and when you get the private equity money back, and you can sign big deals like that, you know what I mean? And we were, you know, on the other side of it, we bootstrapped this whole thing, never raised any institutional capital, and I was active duty at the time, so, you know, they had a few advantages, I think, on that effort. But you know, maybe someday it would be cool. That would be a full circle moment, I think. And I would have wanted to do it our way. Like, all right, if we're going to come in, there's going to be a Born Primitive edge to this partnership. We're going to do something with our veterans. We're going to do something with our first responders, which I think the space needed. It's like,
Yes,
you know,
it
when
still
it was
needs
Noble,
it.
I
It
saw
needs more.
nothing.
The more, the
But guys,
merrier. Yes.
a huge part of your base are these people that work these jobs, and this is how they achieve
It is
the
the base.
basic fitness for the job. So like, why aren't you leaning more into that? And instead, like, I feel like everything just got woke, and it was just soft, and it was just like, you know, and then, you know, with Glassman getting shit canned, like I wonder now, like, as these games athletes that all, I mean, they were like sheep, man. As soon as the one person posted, I'm out, you know, they all followed suit. And that would have been a time where it's like, guys, if any one of you had balls and was like, you know what, I'm not going to follow the herd here, like, the punishment should fit the crime. It's like, are you going to make a guy get rid of his organization that he spent his, like, a huge part of his life building and created this phenomenal community because of a tweet? Like, you know, I'm not saying he should have
No
been
one
without.
even knows what it means. People
Yeah,
are just
yeah,
making up
and
what it means.
he might have
Yeah.
been hammered. Like, let's
Yeah.
be honest, like, he probably was. And it's like, not to say you can't get criticism for it, but to say that a guy's life work should now be, you know, just thrown out the window because of a
And you
moment.
leveraged his work to make a living.
Yeah, yeah. So I wonder. It's like, all right, guys, did you get what you want? You got rid of the leader, and what happened? You know what I mean? And now, and same thing. You know, I don't know as much of the details, but like with Dave, it's like, why are you guys getting rid of Dave Castro? He's the reason it is what it is. He's the face of the company. I mean, just from my optic as a participant in the sport. And then I think, of course, they walked that back, and I think Dave's done a good job. You know, I think, you know, hopefully, I'm seeing more stuff that looks a little bit more OG CrossFit.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, a little bit more edge, like they got the pukey back and things like that. I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
I don't know if you've seen it, but a few days ago, Dave went to Korea, and he told a story in front of his Korean audience, and it was a SEAL story. And it was very interesting because you never hear any SEAL stories from him. But it was a funny story about a training mission that they were doing in Korea. It was training.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And didn't some lady come out and like give him tea or something like that?
Yeah. And he said, we're hiding in the bushes with our guns and all our makeup on, thinking we're being slick, waiting for our pickup. And some lady comes out with tea. It was a great story. It was a great.
That's good, man. Yeah, I wonder how that debrief went with the boys. Like, all right, fellas, like, we thought we were being sly here, but a sweet old lady came out and offered us tea while we're waiting for the helo to come pick us up. That's funny.
Bear, when this goes, so you said you've already raised $5 million. And the goal is 25 million, and all the profits from all the purchases from November 7th to 11th will go to this Operation Debt of Gratitude. Will you be able to see daily? Is that something you wake up every morning and be able to see what it is, where you're at?
Yeah, we'll have like a rough calculation, but what we'll do is we'll come in on like Wednesday when the dust settles and crunch all the numbers, because part of it is like there's a ton of expenses and obviously our cost of goods, and like, you know, we'll probably on Meta we're going to spend a shit. I mean, I don't even know what we're going to spend. Probably maybe
like ads.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have a giant Meta budget and all kinds of other things. So we'll kind of have to be crunching it in real time based on like what we're spending on ads and all these things. And then our net margin, you know, based on people using discount codes and stuff like that. So we'll have a rough idea. We won't be able to give like to the dollar, but we'll kind of know, you know, where we're looking. And then, you know, when we come in on Wednesday, I mean, hitting 25 would be incredible, but like, I'm kind of hoping when we come in, we're gonna be like, hey, let's freaking raise this. You know what I mean? That's what we did last year. Because it's tricky because you can't pledge, like we can't promise more than that amount because we have Black Friday right after this. And that's where this gets a little complicated, is if you cannibalize all of your sales in your inventory, during
Oh,
Black Friday in a 5-day sprint, we'll do 20% of our total annual revenue in 5 days, right? During Black Friday. So if you cannibalize all your sales from this, which is a great good deed thing, you actually screw yourself for like actually achieving financial success as a company in a 5-day window of the year where like it is critical you execute. So all the good stuff's out of stock because you just had this really awesome, initiative. So that's why we have to put parameters on it, because I can't just have no cap, because then we got a business.
so your front side investment into November is scary.
Oh, it's insane. Yeah. And just the inventory buy. So like part of this is like there's an incredible risk to this in a way, which is why I'm so like, that's why I'm doing a lot of media stuff, because I'm like, I have to make sure this is successful. But you got to take risk, man, if you want to do great things. So yeah, it's much more complicated. A lot of people, they don't understand the complexities of a business when you have to sell inventory in your consumer goods brand. But particularly because this is right before the biggest moment of the retail moment of the year, like we have to have inventory. And that's why it's this kind of absurd calculation that we have to try to make of like, all right, how much do we need to buy for November and December? Because like, what if I get on Fox twice and it's like, and all these other things? What if Rogan talks about it? I think he's gonna, then all of a sudden you got 15 million people on his podcast hearing about it and they go, oh, that's pretty cool. So that's why we have to set some parameters to it. That being said, there can be a little discretion, right? Like if the dust settles, we might be able to say, all right, well, hey, we hit the goal, but can we tack on another 5 or whatever that looks like? So we'll see. I hope it's good news, but even if it's just the 25, it's a great effort. It'll probably be 12 to 15,000 veterans will be debt free by Christmas, which is huge.
Well, hey, thank you very much. No pressure, but over the next 4 days, I'll send you links in the morning when we're on. And if you can come on just for 5 minutes, you'll be welcome every morning for the next, 4 or 5 mornings. And I'll just send you links. And if you're around somewhere in an airport or something and you want to come on, and you're more than welcome. I love supporting this. You're absolutely amazing. You've always been absolutely amazing to me in the podcast. I really appreciate you supporting Crash this year. You fed all the boys over at Crash when we did the live stream over there. Really appreciate it. So thanks for everything you do, buddy. Thanks for always coming on too. You're one of the easiest guys.
Well, thanks for having me, man. And for everyone listening, really appreciate you supporting the cause. And hopefully we'll have really good news to announce on Wednesday. And yeah, I'd love to come back on maybe Monday. I'll be back in the office after all this travel, but just shoot me a text and even if it's just for 2 minutes, say what's up.
Yep. See your face and hear about the party.
Grateful for anything, man. So thank you for giving me the platform.
Yep. All right, brother. Thank you. Great
right.
dad, great patriot, great businessman. Thank you, Bear Handlon.
Later, brother.
Ciao, brother. What a great dude. He's really loosened up.
Oh, yeah, significantly.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Cool.
You look like you lost 10 pounds since yesterday. Is that just the lighting?
No, it's this lack of a beard.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I lost 10 pounds, dude. I'm working on it.
Eat something.
No.
Eat something. Wow, he's great.
Yeah, that was fucking cool.
Yeah, I called Bear last minute as we were trying to stitch together the Crash. I think it was Crash. The Crash
event we did.
Yeah, that was cool. Been buying BP since they first were around. Still have my favorite workout clothes, and their stuff holds up. Yeah, I wear their I don't know what they are. I figured I learned about them from JR. These sweats. I have like 8 pair. I wear them every day.
I have 2 pair, and I just wear them on like repeat
rotation.
Yeah.
And I like mine because they have zippers too. So when I like somewhere, I'm always afraid like my wallet or my keys and shit are gonna fall out.
Oh yeah.
Someone buy me a ride on Caleb's mustache.
No.
Goodness gracious. That video of the guy trying to grab the titties of the Mexican president is crazy. It's fucking nuts. Did you see that in the beginning of the show?
Yeah, that's dude.
Like, how is that dude just not throat punched
or shot?
Audio got super choppy. Uh-oh.
I don't think it was us. I think it was because everybody was complaining about it in the chat. I think it was a network thing. Because when I was listening, because I listened to it through here and I listened to it on YouTube, and it was no different.
Okay, good. Someone just sent me a quote from Warren Buffett. You are only looking for 3 qualities in people: enthusiasm, intelligence, and integrity. God, I'm a dream hire. I have all that. I have so much enthusiasm, so much intelligence, and so much integrity. I have too much integrity. Quote that. I have too much integrity. Sevon, you actually think Gaethje has a chance to beat Ilya, or are you just being your agreeable self? Suck the big fat cock. No, I don't think. I the truth is, I don't want to. I'd rather see Patty fight Ilya. The fact that Ilya was able to knock out Max Holloway is pretty crazy to me. I'll admit this to you, Dan. Dan the douchey Dan, dildo Dan. I don't want to admit how good probably Ilya really is. Yeah, he's something else. Yeah, he's something else. Yeah. It's going to take someone like Marab, and I don't know if he'll ever be big enough to do something to Ilya. I think Marab is more fascinating in a better fight. I think Marab is the best fighter in the UFC right now. I think at 185, if there was a 185 version of Marab, it would be just lights out for everyone. But yeah, I don't think I don't really need to see. The truth is, this is going to sound so fucked up. I don't really ever need to see Gaethje fight again. I'm not interested in watching Gaethje fight again.
I mean, yeah, he's getting to the point like the Max Holloway point, where it's like you've done all the things. You've shown us what you can do. I want to see somebody else get fucked up.
Yeah, I like the same thing with Conor McGregor. I don't ever need to see Conor McGregor fight again.
No.
He's gonna get just fucking the shit beat out of him.
Yep, 100%.
I don't need to see any of the Diaz brothers fight again.
Yep.
I don't know who's gonna deal with Ilya. That Mexican kid looked really, really good against Onama a couple weeks ago in the main event. Onama almost looked like he threw the fight, to be honest.
Yikes. Is the FBI investigating the UFC too, you think?
Oh, they're definitely investigating the UFC. There was a fight I saw that I was like, oh, that fight was thrown. And then the next day they're like, that fight was thrown. It just happened this last weekend. Bulgarian. It's sad. It was an Armenian kid. Yikes. I was bummed. I'm so glad I didn't call him. Yeah, he threw the fight for sure.
Oof.
The Bulgarian. DUL. I think he's Armenian. He has an IAN at the end. Nobody is dealing with El Matador for a while. It seems Patty will get messed up too. What's crazy is Ilya's jiu-jitsu and wrestling is insane. People always talk about his striking. His jiu-jitsu is insane. His grappling is crazy. So I don't know. I don't know what's. I mean, I guess Islam could go down to 155 and try to handle Ilya. That would be huge. And Jack is gonna send him back to fucking. Jack is gonna fuck Islam up. Dana White confirms FBI investigation into UFC fight fixing allegations. It doesn't look good.
Whoa.
Yeah, that fight is so bizarre. And they got video of the guy Bulgarian saying that he deserves cuts of anyone who bets on his fight.
Well then, okay.
Yeah, Blazarian is. I think his dad's Armenian. Sevi, you excited for John Cena's last match next month?
Who the fuck cares about the WWE, dude?
I only know John Cena from a movie I saw where he's like a stripper singer.
What?
And it's a comedy, and he's really funny in it. It's like a bachelor party show movie. Have you seen that movie?
No.
John
Cena's in a movie, I'm not watching it.
This movie's good. It's so weird. He's a stripper, vaudevillian, singer, dancer in Vegas, and these guys like hire him to like I don't even remember the movie, but it was good. Does anyone know what movie
Oh,
it is? No, not
Ricky
yeah,
Stenicki.
Ricky Stenicki. Yeah, that movie was crazy.
He's like their fake friend that they. Yeah. Okay.
Holy shit, dude! I put on this movie I put on this TV show. So I was watching The Boys on Amazon, which is
Yeah.
crazy. I don't recommend it, even though I absolutely love it. I cannot recommend it. I watch such stupid shows. I'm watching Tulsa Kings now. It is so
You picked the worst
stupid.
fucking shows to watch.
But it's so stupid. But I like it. And there's this John Cena superhero show. Peaceman.
Oh. Fuck.
And I put it on and I was watching it with my kids, and within fucking the first 2 minutes I had to turn it off. I'm like, holy shit.
Why?
It's I can't remember what I saw. I think maybe someone said the word cum whore or something in it. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah,
you watch some
Homeland.
weird shit.
Yeah, Peacemaker. Yeah, you can't. Tulsa Kings you could watch with your kids though. It's mellow. There's
Or
like
just don't waste your time with a fucking Sylvester Stallone TV show from 2025. That's so crazy.
Peacemaker, Coffee Pods wants Peacemaker is insanely good, but Kill Taylor's level of obscene.
Yikes.
Yeah, Tulsa Kings doesn't even have any nudity in it, which is just crazy.
There's no nudity in Tulsa Kings?
None.
Yeah, I'm not watching that.
Not even like the only cleavage you see is like this 70-year-old woman he's dating. He's dating like a 70-year-old chick, and it's Stallone is made for old Republican dads.
Stallone's another one like a Justin Gaethje of the movie world, where it's like, dude, you got to stop making movies.
Yeah,
like you're ruining your repertoire because you were known as Rocky.
Yeah,
as like the guy, and I understand like you got to make money and shit, but you got to stop doing that because it's not good, and it's ruining what people think of you.
it's so he has like 5 gestures that he does throughout every single show, and it's so funny. Like I know them, like this mafia thing he does with his jacket and this like swagger every time he gets out of the car.
How old is that guy?
I can't tell you how much I like it, but it's so bad. It's
he's 79.
Stop it. He is.
Stop it. 79.
And sometimes you can see it when he walks, like he can't hide the Biden walk. But I will also say this: there's some there's a his right hand man I can't stand. There's this guy Tyson I just cannot, or Mitchell, or I can't stand his driver. He's horrible. His bodyguard is like this giant dude who can't walk either, so that guy character doesn't work. But there's this one character in the show. He's the owner of a weed store.
Okay.
And he's such an awesome character.
Who is it? Robert Patrick? Garrett Hedlund?
If you bring it up, he wears glasses. He's such a cool character. And they had this really fucking disgusting, like, liberal chick in the show, too, who's really evolved nicely. Oh, that guy, Robert Patrick's cool. He's amazing.
Yeah, I like him.
Neil McDonough, he's okay. He's just that Dana Delany, she's like the sex pot in the show, and she's like 70.
Dana Delany.
The fourth from the top.
Oh.
Dana that Delaney? Chick McKenna Quigley, she's the one that started off as just a complete libtard. Oh, that guy Frank Grillo is great.
Frank Grillo is like the best worst supporting actor in like every movie, I think.
He's like over the top. He's too character.
But he plays the same character in every show or movie he does. Like you can tell, like, oh, if Frank Grillo is going to be in a movie, he's going to be like a really shitty villain.
Yeah, it's he's over the. I can't. Oh, there he is down there, Martin Starr. He's the shit. That guy's amazing.
What is he in? I've never seen him before.
And
he's in nothing. That's why.
Oh, and then go up again. There's this black dude in it who's really good. He's the dad of the character I can't stand. That guy, Michael Beach, he's great. There's a guy, Goody, who's great. I guess there's some good dudes in it. That right, Stallone's like gangster buddy's good. Frank Grillo sets the bar for B movie. Yeah, he's like too.
Yeah.
What's that called? Typecat. Like he's just like too perfect.
Yeah. You know exactly what the character is he's going to be playing.
Yeah, and Jay Will sucks. Like it's not his fault. He's not a shitty actor, but I just hate how stupid he is. That guy Max died. He was good.
Spoiler alert.
What's crazy is none of the chicks look these pictures. There's no hot chicks in this show really.
You don't think Scarlett Rose Stallone is hot?
I don't know. I mean, she's only hot because she pumps her titties once in a while. I don't like that. Like
Tatiana Leah
she looks like
Zeffardino? No? That doesn't do it
she's
for
like
you?
she's like too perfect too. Like I don't like that. You know how saltwater fish are too perfect. You know saltwater fish are just perfect. Like
Huh?
they're saltwater fish. You know, like those skinny yellow ones, and all their colors are perfect, and their nose is all pointy and perfect, and just
Okay.
like
Yeah, like Marlins?
I don't like that kind of like
You
I
don't
don't
like
know.
chicks that are too perfect?
Yeah, just she's I don't know. She's almost like looks like she came out of the there's this one CrossFit Games athlete who's just really attractive, but she's like just too perfect. She almost looks like she came out of the oven too early. She looks like a preemie.
What?
And I don't know.
Who is this?
I like some
Who is the
I like
preemie?
some signs.
chick.
I like some
That's the chick that wears like the scantily clothes.
No,
Crash?
this chick's so proper. This chick's I don't even want to say her name, but she's one of the greats. But I like some when I look at you, it's like I can see you've lived some life.
Who the fuck are you talking about?
She's like just like
I have an idea, but you say you don't want to say her name, so I'll keep it to myself.
No, Amy Kringle got a little wear and tear on her. Amy Kringle.
You said she's one of the greats.
Yeah.
So she's got to be an OG.
Oh
Yep,
no,
that's
not
right.
like that. Not like that. No, all the OGs have wear and tear on them. Yeah, like who's the chick out of Australia? The stubby chick with the huge quads. Cara Saunders. Like I like her look.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? Just kind of like she got some shit going on, some troubles upstairs. Like, you know what I mean? She lives some life. You know what I mean? She's working.
Yeah, okay.
Shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, I love DB. DB's just fucking like there's like one, you know, like when you're looking at your tires on your car and you're like, do I replace these or do I get another 1,000 miles out of them? That's DB. I like that look. That's cool. I like new tires too, but go hello.
Was I derailing you from your soap opera
No.
show? Is that what you were talking about? Because I fell behind there, but
No.
you look like you were talking about Tulsa King.
No, you only rail liberal chicks. You never derail me.
Hey, let's rewind.
No,
a little bit.
Abby Domet looks like she's got some wear and tear on her. Abby. I like Abby. Abby got stories. I'm telling you, this chick looks like a
She's
brand.
pretty young, though.
You know, like when you look at like when you go to a showroom and you see a porcelain toilet and you're like, shit, I'd fucking fill that thing up with chicken noodle soup and eat right out of it. That's not the way a toilet's supposed to look.
Who the hell?
This chick looks like that, like a brand new porcelain toilet.
I'm not going to say
Annie?
who I think it is.
No.
Anyway,
The listeners
let's
know.
move on, please.
Anyway, this chick in Tulsa King, the Stallone, I guess that's Stallone's daughter. I didn't even know that. She has the same last name as Stallone. She's like it's just like too
Are you just watching this now to finish it because you started? Like you can't stop?
No,
Terrible.
because I really like Dexter and like I've started like 3 of the seasons. I never made it to the end. No. Yeah, something happened to me. I've gotten really lazy. I've gotten bored with politics, and so I've at night. I'm not. Usually at night I would be going through my Instagram and my Twitter, and like I'm really kind of like I hate my algorithm. I'm thinking about unfollowing everyone on Instagram and starting over.
Wow, really?
I don't think that's a bad idea.
What's crazy?
Did you get sick of politics?
I just hate my algorithm.
Do you just use your explore page now? Like you were?
No, I don't use my Explorer page. I just will just like go through and see the people I've been following, or just go to my mostly I just go to my messages and try to answer people or look at what people are sending me, and I'm just over it.
Yeah. I stopped looking at the people that I follow, and I just go through my Explore page, and it is brutal. Like sometimes it's people like shitting out of a ceiling tile on
Oh
into the
yeah, that
toilet.
someone sent me that. Someone sent me that.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
or it's yeah, it gets pretty brutal in there.
Sitting
put-
out
Fun,
of
though.
a
It's way more fun
ceiling
than it used to
tile?
be.
Like, do you know what I'm working out to now? I'm working out. I'm listening to the Bible, that 89-hour version of the Bible on YouTube. Yesterday I did. By the way, you want to do a fucking great workout? I know some of you guys are gonna shit on it. I don't give a fuck. So you know that I'm not doing. I've stopped doing sets of 10s of burpees. I'm not doing a set of 10 of burpees until I'm dead. I'm only doing 15s and 20s now. That's how I'm getting ready for the open. One minor tweak like that. So so normally there's this workout that I've done my whole life in CrossFit. It's 10 burpees, 10 deadlifts, 10 rounds. It's like just like a go-to I just do all the time. So yesterday I did this
On the minute?
sometimes on the minute, sometimes just as fast as I can. Both.
Okay.
It depends on the weight. But yesterday I set the interval timer for 3 minutes, 10 rounds, and I did 15 burpees, 5 deadlift at 220. And then rested. It takes a minute, and then rested 2 minutes and did that 10 rounds. That fucking broke me off. Ends up being 150 burpees. That fucking broke me off.
Nothing gay about that. That's actually a solid workout. I mean,
The rest is pretty gay,
if
but it broke me off.
have you done Train Sentinel? I mean, you get how many workouts are 3 minutes of work, or every 5 minutes, or every 3 minutes, and you get rest. You earn your rest. So any type of workout where you earn your rest, you just gotta balance it a little more. So maybe take weight off, do more deadlifts instead of 5. But like either way, I think you go hard for a minute and a half. You get a minute.
I'm switching.
Minute and a half to rest. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm switching all my whole life. I've always done sets of 10 or bigger. Like I would always do 10 sets of 10 with 135 on the bench. I'm not doing that shit anymore. I'm switching to going heavier in sets of 5 now. At least that's my plan. You know what I mean?
Okay. You're gonna get your revenge against Wooly in the open?
I don't think he can do the open. Well, I don't think he can do the open because he's all juiced up.
Really?
I think didn't he make a post? He's all juiced up now. He got on the TRT.
That'd be news to me. But
my poor wife. If I got on TRT, that would be fucking. I would need like 3 more wives. I think I was a rooster in a previous life.
A rooster.
Jackhammering, huh?
Like I just wake up every morning and I'm the first one up, and then as soon as my wife enters the kitchen, like she has those chipmunk's eyes and she's like in a pair of boxers and like one of those spaghetti strap bras, and I'm just
spaghetti.
Yeah, I'm just ready just to fucking.
There's nothing sexier
If you want
than
spaghetti
that,
and meatballs, go to iceagemeals.com.
Oh, there you go. Just
spaghetti.
Why
let's rewind a little
why
bit.
220?
That's
why not 225? That's a great question because I'm so
you have
fucking
to put on
old.
change plates for that. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yes. So this is what I do to warm up for it. Before I start the workout, I ride the assault bike for 10 minutes. You know that. And then I just deadlift 135 for 2. And then I put on like 145 for 2. And then I put on 155 for 2 because 135 is so fucking heavy for me cold. And so I just have to like spend like 15 minutes and I work up to, and I'm putting on change plates, like the 1.25s and the 2.5. If I'll take a picture of my bar, it's ridiculous. Like it's all the way out to the end with little fucking plates. And then finally when I get to 220, I'm like, all right, that feels good. Hey, and here's the thing, Ken. I don't even look at how much I'm adding or what I'm doing. I just pick all my change plates. So I didn't even know I thought I was doing 195, and it wasn't until I was done with the workout that I counted the weight and I realized it was 220. I don't even look. My kids ask me all the time, what are we lifting? I'm like, I don't know. I just look at your movement patterns and I don't know. I don't look at the numbers. Who needs numbers?
The numbers, Mason.
Okay, Jeremy, go ahead. Now you can talk. This is my favorite conversation.
Rewind. Oh, I appreciate it. Rewind. UFC talk. I was busy, kind of like half-ass listening, but you said something about you would rather see Patty fight Ilya.
Yeah, I was gonna
Why?
fight. I was gonna fight with you guys too because Patty's crazy. Like I've seen Gaethje. I'm done with Justin Gaethje. I'm done. I'm done with Poirier. I don't know if I'm done with Max. I would like to see Max get one more shot at Ilya. Like, dude, it's time. It's the new and hey, you know what's really fucking pissing me off? I was listening to some fucking idiots talk about who was it yesterday? Yesterday, I watched some UFC show and they were talking about how impressed. Oh, it was fucking Sugar Show. Sugar Show was talking about how impressive that fucking Khabib's nephew was against Batista. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. He held him on the ground and didn't do shit to him. Batista was the only thing impressive in that fight. That Umanov Nurmagomedov guy can go blow me. I hope Merab kills him next time.
That was disappointing. That was hella disappointing. I was
rooting for Batista the whole time. I like Batista.
Yeah. Batista's like your old school UFC fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not gonna feel you out for 18 rounds. He's gonna go in there and throw. You know?
Hey, dude, I'm done with John Jones too. If I never see John Jones fight again, that's what I prefer. I'm done. Like there's so many dudes I'm just over. I really mean it.
I wouldn't lose any sleep on it, but here's the thing. Like I get that, but the Patty, he's coming up and he's entertaining. He's going to definitely bring the UK crowd, but
he's never been knocked out, dude. He got a watermelon for a head. He's going to dwarf Ilya. Ilya's going to shit his pants when he goes out there with him.
Ilya is on a level that I can't even think of a proper comparison to prior UFC fighters of dominance. Maybe GSP a long time ago when he just was mauling everyone that got really good at wrestling and then mauled people more. But Patty, I'm sorry, he's going to get murdered.
Hey,
I don't care how big he is.
Someone's going to take
game over.
Someone's going to take do you remember what that guy did to Gilbert Burns did to Hamzat? He took him into deep waters and almost won the fight. That's what's going to happen to Ilya. Someone's going to make it to the third round and Ilya's fucked. He's going to get his fucking dick tied in a knot.
Fuck, because you're assuming like his cardio is
no, just his power's going to go away. His power's going to go away, and he's not going to be able to rely on that one punch.
As a lightweight, I don't know. I mean, I don't think you're wrong, but I just don't want it to be Patty. I want anyone else almost, definitely Justin. I just think Patty he's getting too much attention for doing too little. He hasn't done enough. He needs. Look at the guys he's fighting. He's not fighting anybody that's really worth a darn. So to see him get some sort of possible title fight, it's like, nope, too early, dude, too early. And I think if it does happen, that fight will show that he had no business being in there with Ilya, no matter how big he is. He's gonna get rocked.
If you're good friends with someone, and then they say to you, they text you and say, "Can I call you?" If you're good friends with them, like you've talked to them on the phone 500 times in your life, and then they text you, "Can I call you? Are you free in 15 minutes?" Is that insulting?
It kind of raises the alarms. Like, why do you think you have to ask me that? And then furthermore, what's going on?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, are you okay?
I have these friends who just still do that. Can I call you? Are you available at 9? I think it's what I just think is they live in this life where all their calls are fucking scheduled. And one time I called Bear. This is like 6 months ago. And he picked up and he goes, "Hey, dude, you're the only person that I don't have scheduled meetings with that I pick up for. Or I can't believe I pick up for you every time you call." Or he said something funny like that. And I'm not good friends with I'm not good friends with Bear. But I mean, I like him, but I'm like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've never got drunk with him, or our kids have never played or anything. But but like, hey, yeah, just like, I get it if you don't know me and you're like, hey, can I talk to you? And I know that people like Sousa, his life is so busy, like he schedules calls too, but like I can't. I'm straight. I've talked to you 500 times on
funny,
the
I
phone.
don't-
Like,
I
just
mean, I
fucking
think-
call me and let's play phone tag. I don't got like.
I think we're friends, but I don't think I've ever asked, hey, can I call you? Maybe I have.
No,
But,
you just call.
You
just call.
I'd say if a good friend is texting you that, something's up.
No,
Something is
it's
like,
just the lifestyle they live. It's like these people who just like they have a calendar and like every 30 minutes their shit's like. That's a woman question. I don't know. I don't know.
it's trending in that direction to ask your friend if you can call them. That's it's unnecessary. Just call.
Not
they don't answer. They don't answer.
Not insulting, just a courtesy. Oh, here's another thing too. If you call me and I don't answer, like 99% of the time, I don't even hear my phone ring. Like it's probably better to text me.
I just assume you look at the screen and you're like, oh, this guy clicked, like whatever, which is all good. I get it. I totally get it. Saturday we're gonna do a show, probably 1 p.m. Eastern, so whatever the hell time that is your time. I want to
text me when you go live. I like being the only viewer.
No, yeah, I will for sure. But
I know that's tree trimming time. Put in my AirPods tree trim and fucking
upgrade your tree trimmer, and then I'll send you a text, and then if you ever want to come on, I'll pop you a link too. But we're gonna talk about
I just like fighting in the
where-
comments. I don't want to come on. I just like fighting in the comments.
Oh, okay, that works. That's even better. Top 5 fights that are coming up. We're gonna talk about them, and then top 5 fights we want to see. And I can promise you, neither of us are gonna say Patty versus Ilya. We're gonna trash that. You want to see Dylan get passionate about a topic? Tell him that Patty should fight Ilya.
Listen, I'll tell you what the fuck is
kill
wrong
you.
with Dylan. Dylan's like an old school fighter, and he's just being loyal to Gaethje because Gaethje's been around forever. He don't want to see Gaethje fight either. He wants to see Patty.
Ooh. Dylan, you listening?
He's not in touch with his inner voice, that Dylan Val guy. He's not. He's lying to you. He's lying to himself.
He just punched a hole in the wall.
I'm just telling you. I know. No one wants to see Gaethje and Ilya. No, because dude, what happens if Ilya just fucking in the first 8 seconds just fucking? Well, hey, I will tell you this: Gaethje's the guy. If it goes to the second or third round, Ilya's in big trouble.
There you go. I'm telling you.
But it's
Gaethje
not.
could do it.
But it's not gonna go.
But it could.
Hey, and I'll go take it one step further.
Back.
I think Gaethje's coaching staff and friends know he shouldn't be fighting anymore.
Hold stance.
Take that to the fucking bank.
Oh, I will. All right, man. I'll stop. Stop bothering everybody.
Okay, bye. You're not bothering me. Bye. I wish more people watched the UFC.
I probably will now that it won't be $70 every fucking weekend.
Paramount. Wow, what is this? God, the human body's crazy. Hey. Caller, go ahead.
Yo, Savon, it's Parker Fontecchio, the dude on a truck for an ultra marathon.
Oh,
Just wanted to give an update.
how'd it go?
We're still doing it, so I'm actually hooked up with the truck right now. We're 25 miles in, so we got 6 left. So we started last night at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and we're still pulling.
Wow. Do you have someone there that you could hand your phone to?
I do.
Let me see if I'll send you a link.
Our service is really bad, so I don't think we can do a video, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, well, that's
yeah.
Okay.
They posted a good amount.
Yeah, we haven't been able to go live, but there's a bunch of updates and stuff on my Instagram.
Oh, that's
right
cool.
Now.
And the Buttery Bros are out there with you filming?
Yep, they're out here.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That is awesome.
Yep. So we're at $8,800 raised out of the $10,000 goal. So
And
we're getting there.
And what's the website that people can go to and donate?
I will text it to you right now.
I can pull it up right here.
Oh, I never forwarded. Did you ever get the donation from Greg?
I did. I think I got it from his business partner. I'm trying to think.
Oh yes, okay. That's awesome. It's
Yeah.
probably his accountant. That's awesome. He gave $1,000. That's so awesome.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, but I just wanted to give a quick little update saying that we're still going probably for the next 2.5 hours. And yeah, we're going to be finishing this thing. So, just want to
Okay.
give a quick update.
You the man, dude. Thank you for everything you're
Appreciate
doing.
you
Yeah,
guys.
you're a good dude. All right. Later, brother.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thanks so much. Later. Bye.
So he's pulling this fucking crazy truck, but then he also
Yeah, this is insane.
okay. Back to what I was showing.
This is my favorite Instagram account.
Is that girl's account?
Yes.
She's a bobsledding chick.
Yep.
So this is just all about her glutes and her back.
Yeah. Her abs too, dude.
And she has a great smile, and she's not covered in makeup.
100%. She has an insane body.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
It's wild. She got it all.
Holy shit. Hey,
Got
isn't it
got the accent and everything?
It's so crazy that like
That humans like that walk the earth.
no. Like if you're posting that, and I like
Yeah.
her, don't get me wrong. It's a remarkable physique. She's worked hard for it and earned it. But if you're posting that, like it's anything goes.
Smash.
Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
You have 1 million Instagram followers. Yeah,
Like-
anything goes.
like any like this is just all about your hindquarters and you being bent over.
Yep. Uh-huh.
So like it's and then look what she writes. It's push time. Yeah, that's what that's what 90% of your followers think too.
I'm gonna be pushing.
Yeah, it's just and I'm perfectly okay with it. Don't get me wrong, but like you can't do like if this is how you're presenting yourself, you can do no pushback on what's verbally said after that. Like none on about like
I mean,
as long as it's not
she doesn't.
as long as it's not like violence too. Yeah, and I'm not suggesting she does, but the girls in our space do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this account is like the pinnacle of the whatever it is the other women in this sport post. You know what I mean? Like this is like the number one person, the number one account, and everybody else just does whatever she does. And they get like a fraction of the responses, and yet they still can't handle it.
I mean, this is
Like
you
just
in the
scroll the comments, dude.
These bed sheets are everything. Where are they from? Oh God. Wow.
And she knows exactly what she's doing, dude. She's an insanely hot bobsledder. And
Does she?
bobsledding is not going to pay the bills.
Do you really think she knows what she's doing?
Yes.
Do you think then how do you think that the girls in our space know what they're doing?
No.
The CrossFit space?
They just see that they get a bunch of notifications. They're like, "Oh, cool, I'm going to do that again." And then but they don't realize like what's actually happening in those posts.
Like
And they think that suddenly because I mean, they just think that nobody's going to act a fucking fool on the internet.
Like, hey, like, be honest with me. You guys can go hard at me in the comments if I'm just at batshit crazy. Like, in a world where Brooke Wells' dad was completely honest with her, or Sydney's dad, instead of being mad at me, she would have said to him, "Hey, what Sevon said is the lightest thing that any of your followers are actually thinking." Like that, like what Sevon,
Yeah.
how Sevon treated that situation is, for some reason, it triggered him that I said the quiet part out loud. But that when you make a post and you're in a string bikini and you're on your knees looking
Well,
up,
well, think about
like,
how many comments of
how does he not tell his daughter? Why is he mad at me? Why doesn't he just tell his daughter, yeah, that's just,
because
hey,
he
dude,
can
that's
direct it towards you. The rest of those people that are commenting that are on private accounts, or they're on bot accounts, or whatever it is. They're you are a person that he can direct all of that to, because he goes into those comments and reads all of them. He's like, oh my God, look at all these brutal things. But like, what's he gonna do? Go DM all those people and be pissed about them? Like, to yell at them? He
like,
can't do that.
like Steph says,
You're there at the
Spiegel.
CrossFit Games in the warm up area, and he's gonna go out there and fucking yell at you for it.
So she let me and I like your analysis, but let me say, Steph says Spiegel knows. Okay,
Okay, sure, yeah,
so
she probably knows.
how could she know
But
what she's doing and then not be? So let's say I threw a rock at a window as hard as I could and it broke the window, and I
Okay.
got upset.
Okay.
You would be like, "Are you a fucking idiot? Why are you upset?" I'm like, "Because I can't believe the window broke." And you'd be like, "But you threw the rock at it." Do you think that disconnect is as much as some of those girls have? Like, how I don't understand how you can post this stuff and in any way react to anything that because I don't think women really understand how men are. I think Spiegel's just a complete rock and she has no idea. How could you know and then fight with reality? If I threw a rock at a window and
Yeah,
it broke,
that's
and you guys would be like, the rest of you guys would be like, okay, someone grab Sevon and let's put him in a straitjacket and take him to the insane asylum. Like, getting mad at anything anyone says after you got a picture of you on your knees, barely dressed, like, you just threw a rock at a window. Of course it
Oh
was gonna break.
wow.
What?
It makes them feel morally superior to pretend it's offensive. Like it's like they play into, like,
So they
I'm
have that
holier
much
than
of a
now.
disconnect? So they're that disconnected from the realities of the world?
Yeah, I feel like they want to act as if they're prude, like they're hard to get, or they don't want people to believe that they are some object. But
Th
they also
I
know
would
that
never be able to sleep at night if I was doing that. I would be fucking, my
the
brain would be
whole
fucked.
yeah, it's insane.
They know, but they think they can have it both ways. Yeah, that's a
They're
really
like, well, it's
interesting
the
point.
internet. I just do this so that I can get whatever. It's like, dude, yeah,
The biology of the people that you share the planet with, they're nutters. Like
100%.
us dudes are just like, uh, you can look, but you can't touch. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not suggesting that anyone get physically accosted, but like the comments, if you're just posting your hindquarters over and over and
That's what
over,
they're doing
like
though. They're
men are like really provoked by hindquarters, and they're going to start saying all sorts of shit, honking and whistling and
right.
and telling you what they want to do to your hindquarters.
Mhm. But they think that that's gross and disgusting,
Hey, you're never gonna
and men are gross.
you girls who are doing that, who don't understand the reality of it, you're never gonna find a good dude. You are gonna be a magnet to liars and
I mean, you're like
weirdos.
cucking your own man.
Yeah,
Think about it. Like,
basically, yeah, that's well
it's
said.
like, and it's so bad because then you have these people like, "Oh, I just my theory, this is my theory, and it's yeah, prove me wrong, but I think when people talk about how it being difficult to get pregnant, I think it's literally because they just don't have enough sex. Like, they're not fucking enough. Like, they're putting parameters around when they have sex or how they have sex and stuff like that. I
You're
just
gonna
think
get tore up. You're gonna get tore
I'm
up.
just saying. I've said this. I've said this before, and I swear to God, it's just because you are not boning enough. I don't know. I'm sure that I know there's some fucking bullshit medical stuff. It's not bullshit medical stuff. I'm sure there's some reason as to why physiologically you can't have kids or you're having difficulty have kids. But I swear to God, there are more instances than not that you're just not having enough sex.
I agree with Sean so much here. I think it's okay to ask men to be better than that. I totally agree. Sean. Like, there's this beach by my house. It's called Creepers, and it's this cove, and there's so much foot traffic by it, and there's this cove that's cut out, and if you look down over, it's just fucking 100 fucking college girls barely dressed laying out. And I fucking do my darndest every fucking time not to be one of the creepers, not to look over the top, and I just walk by. And I let my boys look over. My boys are just like looking over the whole time. You know what I mean? No shame. They don't give a fuck. It's like them and like 3 Mexican fucking dudes who are like working on a construction site a block away taking their lunch. You know what I mean?
Right.
I totally agree. Like there's no reason to there's no I do think that we can ask better of ourselves to not always indulge in every fucking a piece of ass. But dude, the biology of it is that it's our calling to indulge in that.
Right.
Like it's like, well, someone else is like, oh my God, that flower's so beautiful. We're just like, holy shit, I can't fucking believe that there's a fucking ass and a woman and a brain and legs attached all like that together.
And you can't tell me that women don't do that to men. They just don't. They're not verbal about it.
Well, and even if they did, I do. We're the threatening.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, and here's the thing too. Here's the thing about the women thing too. If they like you, it's perfectly okay to do it.
Right.
They want to filter out all the fucking 5'5" hairy Armenian dudes. They don't want me like. And I filter myself out. Oh, shut the fuck up, Teresa. I don't. Bullshit.
You don't ogle men.
Oh, ogle men. I thought, okay.
Oh,
I was responding to the fact that she doesn't want certain dudes to look at her, please.
Oh, I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. Anyway. It would seem so much like if I don't know this chick's Instagram account, I don't read her messages and shit. Obviously, she looks beautiful and she's awesome and she looks cool and she looks fun and she presents herself as cool. But the fact that if you're defensive about anything anyone's saying to you online, but you present your hindquarters, just like they're like, hey, I don't even know if I want to go there, but there's no it's like what Sean says. We all you can do is ask men, but like the truth is like there's something in your entire being that's like calling the other way. I don't ogle nothing. Okay, fine. But
there's no way. That's just not
okay,
possible.
Fine. But do you expect not to be ogled if you're at the fucking beach with wearing a bra and your titties are pushed together and your ass is out? You expect not to be ogled? Or not even ogled. Let's say just looked at. Rump structure. Yeah, thank you.
I don't want people coming up and touching my fucking bald ass head, but people will do it all the time anyway.
I don't disagree with you. That's a good point. Yeah, if you came over, my kids would fucking just fly to your head.
I can't like that's just the way it is. I mean, I have a fucking bald ass head.
My kids would have their hands all over that. When Taylor comes over, that's the first thing they do is they mount his fucking head. I don't disagree with you, but some of my thoughts just need to stay inside their heads, not typed out. I agree. I'm with you. I'm with you. Like, I'm with you.
Tyler said you aren't ogling because dudes don't show anything. That's not true. Women will look at like the smallest detail and they'll be like, yeah, nice.
Let me show you. I ordered six more pair of underwear yesterday. After 10 years, my underwear are finally given out. I'll show you which ones I got.
Oh my God. No.
Briefs? No, boxers. I don't even know the fucking. I got these. These are my favorite ones. I'll show you my I sort by low to high. I got these two because they're on sale. These light blue ones and these red ones.
I was drooling over my husband's military ID photo. Women are shameless. See? Telling you.
Oh, wow.
And that's a terrible picture 99% of the time.
These are the best
you
ones
cannot
right
tell
here.
me you bought those.
Yeah, these ones are amazing, but they're too pricey for me. These ones are amazing. I wear large.
The brand is called Pump.
Yeah. You think this is for tailored for gay guys?
Oh my god. You're at the 50-yard line with your fucking phone strap and these underwear.
Yeah, look. Turn them out.
You'll be at the goal line once you start putting a dick in your mouth.
Sevi's coming out party. Hey dude, they're great. They're amazing. Push up bra for your dick.
True.
If you do CrossFit, you want to be looked at.
Maybe. I mean, there's maybe a little vanity associated with it.
Tommy John makes a great brief. I know I don't
Of course you would say Tommy John, Ken Walters. You're like,
is that for old man shit?
yes.
I don't know. I need underwear. I need underwear to sleep in at night.
You wear underwear to bed?
Yeah, I wear. That's the only time I wear boxers. I wear it's not like silk, but it's not like cotton either. I've recently bought like Hanes cotton boxers to wear at night when I go to bed, and I threw them all away right away. They suck. I just don't like the way they fit. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Tommy John. Those look okay.
That gets advertised on daytime TV to all of the old folks living in the nursing home.
Abercrombie's the only way to go with boxer briefs. Abercrombie box. Oh, those are nice. Oh, what do you think of these? These orange ones right here. I don't know if these are Abercrombie, but what do you think about this?
Which ones?
These orange ones. I don't mean like the I don't mean the pattern. I just mean the fit.
I don't know. I'm not a boxers kind of guy. I'm more of a boxer brief kind of guy. I like keep my shit tight.
Oh, these are nice. Yeah, those are nice. God, those are affordable.
I got Hanes like low quarter socks, and they're just fucking dog shit. Oh,
yeah, that's what I got. I got like some Hanes boxers on Amazon, and just to sleep in. And it's like, Jesus Christ, these are horrible.
They're so bad. They used to be good, but now they're just like cheapo Walmart brand.
Yeah, I used to wear that shit when I was a kid, and I loved it. Start free balling. Don't waste your money.
Fair. Less laundry. Sometimes you gotta let it breathe.
I'm an uppie, guys.
I do.
I'm an uppie. Penis up.
Uppies, daddy, uppies.
When your penis up, you don't free ball. Today, I don't know that today Luka Jukic will be on Pedro's podcast at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Don Fall is going to be somewhere too. I don't know if they're at the same time.
Big day in the space.
Everyone, please be nice to Don here in the comments. Be cool. Be cool. Susan and I have some crazy updates on the sale of the company. Crazy updates. I just don't. Susan asked me last night, hey, we ready to go live with all this? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Crazy updates. Shit's all over the fucking place.
Don is on at the same time as Pedro, I think.
I'll be super nice. Yeah, just let's be nice to Don. I don't want to see him get ass pounded. So sorry, say that again. So Luca's on.
Luca's on with Coffee Pods and Wads in an hour.
Oh, well, why does it say noon there?
Because that's my time.
Central. Okay, sorry, yeah.
And then Don will be on as well on the CrossFit podcast on the CrossFit YouTube channel, same time. with James Hobart and Zia Rohrbaugh. And then an hour after that, so 2 hours from now, get with the programming for the Dutchland Showdown Munich.
Oh, this chick is great that Pedro's on. This chick fucking came on my show and I cried like a puss.
Kim Deckerl.
Yeah, I fucking love her.
She's cool as fuck.
Yeah, she got a great body too.
And that's on at
she doesn't even get to see her body.
Yeah, that's
so we have to stare at it.
Unfortunate?
I mean, she's
because
really
she can't
attractive.
look at
She's
it.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's a mom. She's cool as shit.
Yeah, so that'll be on at noon Pacific Standard Time. Big day.
I don't know if I know some. Well, I do know a bunch of stuff that you don't know, but like I don't know if the stuff I know is true. If I'm going to be completely truthful to myself, like there's these assumptions that I'm like I can see some step 3s and 4s, and I don't know what they're built on. I don't know what step 1 and 2 is. Like there's some sequencing shit, as Sousa would say, that I'm not sure why it's happening in this order, but we definitely are hearing a bunch of shit that people don't that I'm not hearing anywhere else. That's very interesting. I don't know. It probably doesn't matter to anyone, but it would be juicy and it would definitely stir the pot. It's always fun stirring the pot. Oh, how did your job interview
go? Pretty good. I put together like the laziest suit possible because I just don't fit any of my other suits anymore. I haven't had to wear one in like 6 years. So,
Ozempic.
I do not need that. But it went well. It was they had like the same canned 4 questions.
What are your strongest qualities? What are your weakest qualities?
What makes you think that you're going to be good at this job?
Yeah.
But I told him I did the whole like, well, actually, I tell you what, in my experience as a blah blah blah. So I did that whole thing. It was like 30 minutes, but it was cool. They were really nice. And then I won't find out for a few weeks now.
How many times have we heard that there will be an announcement about the sale? Once, right? Oh, you mean from HQ, Frank? Mr. Frank?
I think everything else has just been us saying there's something coming.
I'm having Frank and Tanner Shuck on Friday together.
What?
No, I'm joking.
Oh, okay. Don't scare me like that. I was trying to get Tanner on Friday. Actually?
Yeah. I think Frank and I need to meet in person, not I don't think I understand Frank exactly.
I'm not sure Frank understands Frank.
Yeah, no, he has an idea that people would get together and buy something. Like if me and you were like there was this time when I went to Amsterdam and my buddy was trying to get me to go in on a girl with him. He's like, "Hey, let's each put up $50 and go in and get this girl." I didn't do it.
You didn't want to spit roast somebody?
Prostitution's weird because you think it might be cool, and then you see the girl and you're like, it's not cool. It's not cool. It's not because they're not pretty, but just because it's another human. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. No, thank you.
It's got to be dirty.
Different people in the same space claim every week that an announcement is coming. Yeah. I think, I'm definitely there was a period where it was like every Tuesday the company's going to be sold, but we've taken a break from that. It's been a couple months since we've been like, hey, we're going to find out on Friday.
Yeah, I honestly thought nothing was going to happen, and nobody was talking about it at all. So I just figured they forgot.
I wanted to, like when we were flying to Amsterdam, I wanted to. And then I got there and I was walking through the red light district and I'm just like, holy fuck, this is fucking fucked up.
Because it's like a novelty, right? It's like going to the South and eating at Waffle House. It's like you go to Amsterdam and you get a prostitute.
I honestly can't imagine having sex with someone and then not talking to them the next day.
Yeah, that's weird.
Or never seeing them again or having zero connection with them. Like, I don't know.
No,
not for me.
I'm pass.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a connection with the person.
But this one girl was like,
The
she was
woman.
she was in the window. It was this crazy hot black chick. I still can see her in my third eye. And she goes, third eye. And she goes, my buddy
Red
and I were
light.
standing outside the window, like looking at her. We were like 18. She's like, my buddy's, let's go. I'm like, no.
Ooh.
And he didn't end up getting a girl either, but I was on this exchange program. And this is how I knew that I made the right call, never sleeping with the prostitute, because this other guy was telling me that he was having sex with this girl, and he said he was in there for like 3 minutes, and she was telling him to hurry up. So he tried to turn her over on her stomach, and she's like, that'll be an extra 50, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, I'm fucking. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my God, dude.
I'm so glad.
I'd rather put in the work at a bar.
Yeah, I'd start crying.
That's so fucked. At least then it's free. I just gotta pay. Well, I just gotta pay for drinks.
Yeah, that's somebody's daughter. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Someone's
As
granddaughter.
soon as I feel like as soon as it turns into a transaction, you're like, oh God, no.
I had a buddy one time get a prostitute in this foreign country we were in, and he told me she came in there and she just right away started talking about her daughter. I'm like, what'd you do? He's like, I didn't fuck her. I like talked to her 15 minutes, told her to leave, and jerked off, went to bed.
Wow, that's brutal. Oh God.
Oh God. You'd rather use the wall with holes. Jesus.
I think that's called a glory hole.
Like a wall with holes. All right. Hurry up. Yeah, hurry up. Hurry up. Like, hey, ejaculate, done. You're at 3 minutes.
Yikes,
Hurry up.
dude.
Get out. I got more customers to serve. Hurry up.
Who will actually pay me?
All right. I got all sorts of good news about semifinals. I'm so excited. I know it's far away. But
Is it actually good news? Okay, never mind. I'll ask you later.
I'm excited. There's so much I don't know if it was after Crash or whatnot, but there's a lot of interest in us coming out and filming semifinals. I really want to do it. It's really expensive, so hopefully we can figure out ways to make it happen. But it's for me, it's also a good excuse to get everyone together. So hopefully we can do at least half of the people who are have reached out to us. I bet Sevi went to the blue lights. Oh, is that the
What
blue
does that
light?
even mean?
Is that a gay district? Blue light district? Blue light district? Is that really? Term blue light district primarily refers to a section of Amsterdam red light district where transgender sex workers operate. Wow.
All right. Well,
How
avoid
do you
that one.
know that, Lee?
Sounds
How
like
do
Lee has
you know?
experience.
Now we all know. Blue
Or
Light
you-
District is the name of a successful American quarter horse in the National Rein Cow Horse Association, known for both performance and breeding.
That's brutal. Friend went to one and he didn't know. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks.
All right, you guys want to see? I don't know why this isn't working for me. I wanted to play this clip. I didn't even mean to pull up that. Oh wow! Liberal women divorce their husbands and take away their visitation rights from from their children, and then cry about how ICE destroys families. There's this video that's going around. I don't know why I can't pull it up. It's a BBC edit of Trump's January 6th speech. I hope he sues the fuck out of the BBC.
Oh, I saw that the other day too.
I hope he sues the fuck out of them. All right. My son Avi started a vlog.
Oh yeah.
His first video is up. It's called Vlog 3 Playing Brothers. He's like, why does it have to be so short? Because people have short attention spans and you're not that interesting. He's like, I'm not. I'm like, no. There it is.
Like a 30, 20-minute workout. And now
Taking bets on how many times Don promises affiliates that they are working on something and they should see it soon. Messed up thing about the BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, is they will now have to do a whole show explaining what and why they did this. God, they suck. All right. I will see you guys later. I'm pretty sure I'm going to watch the Luka Jukic with Pedro show. You guys behave if you're over there watching Don. Talk to you guys soon. Caleb, thank you. Tomorrow Friday? We don't have a guest tomorrow.
Correct.
I'll start bugging some people. 'Cause I don't have any politics shit to talk about anymore. I'm just over it. I mean, I'm like, what did Jason Hopper say? He felt dirty having those thoughts. I'm feeling dirty. Need more Bible. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.